Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters, and to the non-brothers and sisters, what's up? Back with another Revert Q&A. The rest of the questions I got written down, it's going to be it for now unless there's more that come up, but just going to jump right into the rest of them here. So, continuing on, what is your favorite aspect of Islam? So I got three main ones. The main one would be like building my akira. So my akira would be like, my hereafter for the non-Muslims. So, the fact that there's one creator, he created everything, the universe, the earth, heaven and hell, and he's going to decide where we go when we die. So, your soul is eternal. You're just in a meat suit in this life. This life is a limited time offer. You're here just for some years. So somebody's going to decide where you go. And that's the one I'm praying to every day. None other than Allah. So building my akira, doing good deeds, trying my best, keeping him first, reading my salah every day. Just that's the part that I enjoy the most, building my hereafter. It takes the importance out of this dunya, this worldly life. Because like I said, you're here for what, 75 years, if that. Some maybe more, a lot, maybe less. So your eternal soul is going to go somewhere. You got to make sure you're working towards a desirable destination. So that would be the first part. That'd probably be my most favorite aspect of Islam. The other two would be the sense of peace that I get. Like when life just gets too much to handle, and I'm just like over it, whether it be workload, whether it be like little things that pop up in my day. Like, and this is something that I'm working on, like taking things in my stride, not letting things throw me off course too much. I'm becoming more selective about the information that I let into my eyes and ears, because there's just an information overload out there. And it gets too much to handle sometimes. So being able to give that weight, that 100-pound backpack, that world that's on your shoulders, being able to give that over to God and just let it go is one of the most amazing feelings. So yeah, that's probably my, I don't know what's my favorite aspect of Islam. So yeah, building the akira, giving all my problems over to God, and the fact that it makes me more disciplined. Like I was a totally undisciplined person, and I guess in some ways I still am, but I'm more disciplined now than I was in the past. It's like, having your right priorities, the fact that you're reading your salah every day and you're keeping that, your worship of God, your worship of the Creator, the Almighty, you're keeping that as like the focus and structuring your day around it. It makes you more disciplined. Like Islam is a religion of discipline, and that would probably be like my third of the favorite aspects of Islam. Next question. How do you deal with criticism from others about your faith? Tastefully. So nobody's criticized me for my Islam. Like, not to my face. If they do to themselves or behind closed doors, I wouldn't know about it, and I honestly don't care. Like, Allah led me to Him. He guides whom He wills. If He wants to guide you, He will guide you. And those He leaves to be astray, remain astray. Like, so what they think has no bearing on what I'm doing. Not at all. But as far as criticism goes, like how I would deal with it is in a tasteful and respectful way. Because I realized that even though if they were disrespectful, I'd probably the old me would totally keep it real and just all that disrespect that you just dished out on me, I'm just going to give it right back. But since converting to Islam, like, it's one of the things I'm working on, just being like more calm and more level, and realizing that I don't just represent myself anymore. Like, it's not just me representing myself or my family name. I'm an ambassador for Islam. So I can't, if I just spout off, or I just go whoop somebody's ass or disrespect people, that is me. Like, I'm an ambassador for Islam. People are going to see that and say, oh, this is how Muslims act. This is how Muslims react when they're disrespected or something like that. I'm not going to take any BS. Like, I'm going to check that at the door. But I'll try to do it in a tasteful and respectful manner. But so far, I haven't really dealt with like overt criticism. That's not, I've been, this is between me and God. Typically, I pray in my house or at the masjid. I don't really pray outside. I think I've done it maybe a handful of times, but mostly it's at my house or at the mosque. So as far as criticism from others, I'd say don't let it get to you. And if you are a Muslim, remember that you are a representative for our faith. So I'm going to make a whole separate video on that and a realization I had about it. But let's get into the next question. What advice would I give to someone considering converting to Islam? First thing I would say is do your research. There's a lot of resources out there. Like, if you think about your phone, you have all the information in the world on your phone. Like, all the information that basically ever existed. It's in the palm of your hand. It's in your pocket right now. Like, if you're watching this, like, right there on your table, right there standing up, looking you right in the face. That's all the information that ever existed in the world. Like, you can use it to your advantage or your disadvantage. But think about it. Like, if there's something that you want to know, it's right there in your pocket. So I'd say definitely do your research. Everybody's going to have different questions that they want to know about. And you can, do them with a Google search. You can do a Google search. You can go to your local mosque and you can talk to the imam. You can ask other Muslims in your community, details about Islam. You can watch YouTube videos. You can go to websites. There's a lot of different resources you can use. But definitely do your research. That's the first recommendation I give. And then a second piece of advice I would give would be, don't put it off. Like, don't put off converting to Islam. If you actually look into Islam, and it's something that sounds like, oh, you might want to do it, or it might be too hard, this, that, the other. You don't know when your time's going to be. That's all I can say. Like, you don't know when Allah is going to call you back. You don't know when you're going to leave this world. And when you do leave this world, you want to make sure that you admit that there's none worthy of worship but God, and God is one. And, you just want to make sure, like, people are like, oh, I'll embrace Islam before I die. I'll embrace Islam on my deathbed. I'll embrace Islam when I'm older. Not now, because I just want to run amok and do whatever I please. I'd say, don't put it off. You never know when you're going to go back. You never know when your time's going to be. So it's not something that I would put off. If you realize the importance of it, it's of the utmost importance. And it's not something you should put off. But definitely do your research first. That would be my two main recommendations. Have you faced any challenges in practicing Islam in your community? Some. I'd say, like, workplaces typically aren't, it depends on your workplace, but workplaces aren't too accepting. Like, they rather you just do your job. If you have to read your salah, or if it's time, it's time for you to pray, you got to make wudu, whatever, or it's Jummah and you want to go, you have to leave work for an hour or two. Like, there's a lot of places that aren't going to be accommodating to that, so that would be a challenge. Um, just general misconceptions that people have about Islam. Most people are like super uninformed and don't know anything about Islam. They don't know about Muslims. They're like, how are you before you started looking into Islam? Like, for the non-Muslims out there. Like, most people just have misconceptions and they might think bad things. They probably do think bad things. So you're going to have to deal with people's prejudices and misconceptions. That's something that you're going to have to deal with. That's a challenge. And one of the things that used to really irk me, used to grind my gears, man. Like, when when you're giving change, like, say you're at the store, you got to pay, you give the cashier or whatever the money, and she goes to give you change. And she takes the change and puts it in your hand. Like it's an egg. Like it's a very delicate egg that you don't want to break. Puts it in your hand. Like, they go and break my wudu. And it used to just, man, it got me going more times than I'd like to admit. But like I said, I've been trying to take things in stride, not let things get to me. But there's people out there that'll want to shake your hand, and like females that want to shake your hand or give you a hug, and you have to say no and stuff. And some people can be offended by that. But there's a lack of like cultural understanding. Like, you're gonna break. I'm not permitted to touch you. So when you're taking the spare, my change, and you're placing it in my hand, like, think about COVID. Like, COVID's still out there. There's a bunch of illnesses out there. You shouldn't be touching people's hands. Like, the money's dirty enough already. Just you place the bill there. You can drop that change right into my hand, and it's a non-issue. If one of the coins falls down on the counter, it doesn't matter. It's a coin. It's metal. It's strong. It's not like an egg. So, yeah, that's something that used to really get me going. But I figured if my wudu did get broken, it's just a chance for me to wash away more sins. So, yeah, those are the challenges that I've faced practicing Islam in my community. Last thing I'm going to get to is, do you feel like you have found a sense of belonging in the Muslim community? So, from jump, I just want to say, like, yes and no. I feel like it's a yes and no question. Like, at the beginning, not so much. More so now. Like, pardon me. When I first started going to Jummah, like on Fridays, I feel like people there were like judging me. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anybody there. Like, I felt like I was being judged. I felt like people like were untrusting, or like, who is this person? Because it's the same people pretty much that go there every week. So they see a new face, they're gonna know that this is somebody who doesn't come there. Like, when you do go to the masjid for the first time, everybody there, they all know each other. They all go there every week. And then there's going to be those people that go sometimes less frequently. But if you're a new face, people are going to notice. So I felt kind of like I didn't belong at first. Especially like the first year and a half when I didn't go to the masjid. Like, it was like I was just on my own. And like, my family wasn't Muslim. I don't know any Muslims. I'm not allowed to talk to. I mean, it's like, I felt isolated. So I didn't feel like I belonged the first like year and a half, maybe 2 years, because like after going to the masjid to Jummah for like, 6 months or something like that, I felt like, hey, I see these people all the time. They know me. You're going to see me here next Friday. And like, I feel like they have accepted me. I've talked with people and, shake hands all the time. So I feel like I'm more now, like I am accepted. But at the beginning, I didn't have that feeling. I had a feeling of isolation at first. So that's probably something that you, like as a revert, will have to deal with as well. Like, until people see you on a consistent basis, until people have like conversations with you, like you're gonna be seen as like an outsider. And like shit, crap. Maybe they still see me as an outsider. I don't know. But I try to make light of it and not really give value to like what everybody else thinks. Like, I go there because it pleases Allah. Like, I'm supposed to be going there, so I'm gonna go there, regardless of what anybody else thinks. So, yeah, like to sum it up, I do feel like I belong, but at the beginning I didn't. So, maybe your experience is similar. Maybe you're not there yet, but I guess that just about does it for today's questions. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. Give it a like and hit subscribe. Again, thanks for joining me.